What's up, everybody? Yeah, we got a little bit of catching up to do, guys, because I
Cheers,
took a
man.
little hiatus last week, and that'll be my segue to segue into on the new thing I'm going to be throwing at you guys for a week, because I kind of want to make this podcast, this Twitter Spaces, not only just about stocks, guys, but whoever follows me, whoever's kind of seen me work in the last 8 months. And the closest traders around me is I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve, and I really, really preach, people being good people, and I truly think that translates to market, to life, to relationships. It starts with number one, and number one is you. And for my whole youth, my teenage life, my early 20s, my mid 20s, hell, till about a year ago, I never looked out for number one, and that's yourself. You cannot give anything to anybody unless you love yourself, unless you respect yourself, unless you can lay your head on your pillow at nighttime without guilt, without resentment, without anger, because that's a waste of time, guys. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, and it's a waste of your talent. So that's kind of what I'm going to lead in with. And we'll just get right at it. People can roll in if they want to. Not much for tardiness. Looks like we got a smaller crowd tonight. That's okay. Um, Word of the week. We're gonna do a little word of the week. I couldn't sleep last night, so I woke up and I started doing some writing, and it's gonna be something to do with people, yourself, qualities, attributes that I believe are very key to success in this world, and not just trading, right? But the word is going to be awareness. Um, so awareness, and there's 3 points to that of awareness, and the first one, which is probably the most important, is self awareness. For you as a person, as an individual, as a human, being self aware of three different things also. Being aware of yourself. So that means is say mental health. We'll go on a big on right off the bat. That's part of the reason why I was in there last week. I was dealing with some stuff outside of the market. And guys, the market is not the world. The market is not life. Twitter is fucking for sure not life. Twitter, social medias can be very detrimental if used the wrong way. But also, right now in 2021, in the future, social media is the king. It will build businesses. It will build brands. It will do a lot of things. So if you could approach that with a sense of self awareness of how you're looking at it, not looking at the Instagram models or the people faking their pictures or whatever you want to call that stuff. I don't have Instagram or anything. I've never have. But all that stuff. Do not believe that everything on that other side of that screen is real or is happy or is true. So that's self awareness, and knowing not just the mental health part. So I needed to pull away a bit. I felt Twitter, the market. I had other stuff going on. I said, you know what, I'm just not there. And especially the spaces, I wasn't going to give 50% of me to you guys to check in. So I canceled that late notice. Sorry about that. But yeah, so being aware of what you need to cope with, your tendencies, the self awareness of yourself is huge. Knowing when to pull back, knowing when to reset, and that's key, guys. Knowing yourself. The other one is awareness of your surroundings and people. And this skill attribute in life is probably one of the biggest things. And in quotations, you could say that what it means is read the room. So read the room, read every encounter. You don't want to be that person at the party or that person at the social setting that's just obnoxious or quiet. Like just, and some people look at it as be a chameleon sometimes. And you don't have to sacrifice your morals, your beliefs, but you don't have to be the guy that says, "No, fuck that. I don't want to. I don't believe in that." Is that necessary? It's good to have an opinion, but do you need to cause that? Do you need to be that? Or being the other side of it is just knowing when people are sad or knowing when people need something like a hello, a thank you, how's your day going. You may not give a shit about their life or their day, but imagine going up to a cashier one day, and she's looking down or something. All you have to say is, instead of handing her money and say just say, hey, how's your day? Simple. How's your day going? That 50-year-old lady, that 18-year-old young kid, he'd be like, wow, Like it's just going to make their day. It's just the simple things, and they cost 0 cents. And someone I love to follow, which I connected with on Spaces, is Short Squeeze. He puts out some really, hit home, simple quotes, and one of them was the other day was, "Kindness doesn't cost a cent, guys." And you truly, the podcast you listen to, and I really recommend podcasts, stuff like that, is when you hear these things, is you will get more satisfaction out of someone else's happiness, or at least I do 100%, than buying that car or that thing or that material thing. So being aware of other people, just make their lives a bit better. Even though if you're in your darkest places, it sucks, and you do that, and you'll start to create an environment around you that brings in vulnerability, brings in acceptance. How's your day? Not just, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm good. I'm not good. And then you go home and you're drinking or whatever it is. This kind of stuff in life is so key. And as I've grown older, I was guilty of that for many years. But being open, vulnerable, caring about others, it's going to translate. And then in the market, you're going to be aware of who to trust, what traders, not to dive in. And when you're mentally good, I'm telling you guys, that's also why I pulled off of Twitter. I didn't make many trades last. You don't make good decisions, and when you're playing with money, big money, or any money that's big to you, you do not want to make decisions without a clear mind. So I'm pulling back, and that is good. The other one is aware of obstacles and challenges. So awareness, like look ahead. You guys see me tweet, see 5 steps ahead. Be aware of the challenges that you might encounter, and do not be naive of them. Do not be blinded by them. Because if you go into a situation and you haven't even thought about what you might encounter, whether it's a person, a sporting event, a trade, um, anything you could imagine, it translates to. If you haven't thought about that, then you're always going to be making impulsive decisions. And unfortunately, in this world, if you're buying a car, if you're buying anything, if you're doing, a lot of people do have ill intentions, and they will take advantage of you when they can. So if you're not prepared for that, or you haven't thought about that on the spot, your impulse decisions will not be the best thing when you go home. So that's that. Self awareness and being conscious of your actions. Every action has a reaction. So whatever you do, good, bad, just remember there's something that you're hurting someone or you're being good to someone. So awareness, guys. That's how we're starting off with. And I don't know how many weeks I'll be able to run this on, but I'm sure we'll figure out some words to go with. But that's how we're leading into this. That was kind of fun. I was writing it last night, and I was super excited. I woke up my girlfriend. I said, "Hey, got a great idea. This Spaces." So I'm not all about
Yeah.
stocks, guys. Stocks are fun. We want to create financial freedom for all of you guys. That is my goal. Is to help families, and that the messages I get and everything. We'll build a unity, a society. Fun thing. Twitter, fun. Trading's fun. Like I said, I get FOMO when happy hour comes. Oh, sorry, power
Hey,
hour.
hey, man.
Yeah.
If I can add to that, I agree with you. Awareness is huge. I just wanted to add like an example. Like one thing that me and Dahl were going through, because we work on a lot of side projects outside of the stock market, and having so much things going on, you kind of had to be aware. We had to learn awareness, trying to keep up with everything, and we had to take a step back. And because being in OTC, you have to be so involved, right? You have to know what's going on, to stay updated and make the right proper decisions. But you also have to be aware of your own life and make decisions that work for you. And to your point of awareness, being key to that, having that awareness for yourself, that benefits you is so important, for your mental health, right? And just benefiting your life in its entirety. And I do agree with you that people need to be more self aware of what they do, because it will benefit you in the end. I just wanted to add to that.
Yeah, thank you, Rue. That's exactly on point, right, guys? Like, we're all in this in investing to essentially make money, to provide for our families, to get a little extra scratch, to be a little bit more comfortable, to pay whatever your goal is. Know that goal, but exactly what Rue said is you're not going to achieve that, or you're not going to achieve that at the best of your ability if you're not aware of your inside home life. Twitter, everything. You need to only take on what you can. And I've had certain approaches with certain things, and I've declined certain things because I need to. This is all new to me too, guys. Like, I'm not going to stop. I want to be limitless. There's no ceiling. Whether it's my foundation, which I want to go from one spot to national, who knows? Whether it's OTC Club, like this team, this family I have, we're growing. We want to provide, so many new levels for you guys. These girls are working their butts off, Rue, Matt. But we all have to make sure it's not too much, or else it fails, it crumbles. You don't deliver, and then when you don't deliver, your name is on that. So, yeah, Rue, on point, man. And guys, yeah, you want to make good decisions, and you want to make sure that you're aware of what your goals are. Don't look at certain people on there making this amount or X amount. Wherever your goal is, that's where we want to start with. Let's get to that. Anyone else on the panel want to chime in before I just jump into the next little segue? There's not much, and then we'll do a lot of Q&A though.
So, everybody knows I'm all for it, like trading and mental health. You guys know that. My ladies know that. And how your mental health and trading is like very important. Just waking up and keeping a routine. That's a part of that controls your mental health too. And also, keeping a clean workspace that helps your mental health too with trading. Uh, there are a lot of things that you can do to, stay mentally sane in the market. And that's something that we talk about often in Stockianas. Hey, girls, put the 100 up if you hear. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Just, focus on your mental health. You trade better. Trust me. Um, if it's a red day, what I say, if it's red, go to bed. Yeah, exactly. You know, uh, you
Or if
can't.
it's red, you add. If the
Or if it's
fundamentals haven't
or if
changed.
it's red, you add. But to if you feel like, hey, I want to sell this off, you know, maybe add. But the girls know I said don't catch a falling knife. You know, that's where uh it's good to read charts. But there you go, Matt. Take it away.
And 100% doll. Do not catch falling knives. I tend to do things that my actions don't follow all the time. Sometimes I'll go to try to save plays, charts, because I want to, because I want to show whatever. But at the same time, is you got to watch where things are going. And I'll go into the two elephants in the room that a couple people asked me to talk about, NWGC and MWWC. Two tickers that I still own very heavy shares. I did shave some, but I'm still above 25 million. We're in a waiting period, right? Unfortunate, like we said, due to other outside sources that dropped it down a bit. It's down where it is. We know. Oh, sorry, I got my dog barking. We got MWWC, which has paid its filings, its access. We should see some filings soon. And beyond that, the company which I spoke to is not going to be releasing any information because it will go to dull ears. They're not going to do anything. So we're going to wait until filings come, and then you will get some more news on MWWC with all their avenues, with their patents, with their new deals. That's coming. Or with their new directions. And then secondly, NWGC, we saw that Bob is taken over. Like I said, that was a messy situation and a lot of eyes on it. I'm all aboard still. I'm holding. For me, they own land and it's lithium. And you'll get everyone, guys. One thing about Twitter is you got to watch who you see, who says what. Twitter can be biased, but it can also have like crazy bashers with baseless stuff. So when I talk to people who say add this dip, add this, I say, you know what, guys, wait for it to reverse. The big thing, especially with smaller accounts, is guys, wait for certain things to reverse. See a green day, see two green days in a row or something, and then you can really safely, invest your money, your hard-earned money back into it. Because it's not going anywhere, but they were hitting highs, and I think we'll get back to those 100%. So those are those two. And then we'll speak on, I just want to touch on again these custos. Everyone, it's the hot ticket. Custos have been for 2 months. and I get a lot of questions about this. With custodianships, guys, you have to trade them carefully, and you have to watch them because um, I'll go back to what I said before: is entries are so key. Entries at low dubs are very safe. They're very smart. There's always going to be more plays. I don't recommend all the time, especially with smaller accounts, adding a custodianship or something that's sitting around a penny and a half or so. Because yes, we're all hoping for these mergers, but how many mergers have you seen out of one of them? There's not been one merger in that 1.5 month or whatever hype this has been going on. Not to say that they're not all going to come, but this is a very tricky play. It's not your basic pink catalyst come in news. These are uncertainties. They're home run balls. They're lotteries, and we don't even know what the mergers are going to be. And all of them, there's so many good ones, right? And like my biggest one is OCLG, where you look at the setup. It's share structure. It's what are they doing? So Alpha or whoever it is, what have they done, and what might come. So getting in at a low entry allows you to ride it up, and then also shave your profits when if you get in at 0.002, 3, 4, and it breaks a penny, you're already up 100, 200%. Always take your profits, right? Because everything doesn't just go up. So that's a key with custos, and I get a lot of questions about those. There's a lot of good ones, but we need someone to deliver, right? AVVH and other ones like people saying like buy in at AVVH at 8 cents. I didn't even do that. I didn't even buy it at 5 or 3, but it looks amazing. Gold Quest, so we got to see, but shit came out on that again. SPQS, just in the OTC, guys, it is a jungle. Anything can happen. I didn't really follow it. I can't buy SPQS due to my CTO in Canada, but I saw something came out on a reverse merger. They were saying, and it dropped. So that's another thing. So it goes back to staying in your lane, right? If you're working full time and you can't check the market all day, go into safer plays, go to things, don't stress. And that's where you got to gauge it, right? If you can watch all day, that's another thing, is pick your plays according to what you can watch. So I'll preach again in the OTC, guys, smaller accounts especially. I wouldn't enter anything above half a penny. The ROI is just not there. So I can't preach that enough. I think it's a very good thing to live by, guys, in the OTC, because there's play after play. You see them. So don't chase them all. I rarely chase them. I get sent dozens of tickers a week to me that I go over, and stay in your lane. And you can really, smaller accounts too. Again, I'll preach it. Sending me 30 tickers with a 10 to 15 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand bankroll. It just doesn't make sense to me. So my strategy was, even when I had $500,000, whatever it was, I was down to 6 tickers. Quality over quantity. Really do your DD, trust certain traders, get a good entry, and then ride it from there. You can trade it on the way up. When it hits its spikes, you can shave the greens, which I always preach, and then buy the reds. If you have 6 tickers, you can watch those very closely. If you got a list of 30, how the heck are you going to follow them? I don't even have 30. I think I got 12 right now. And a bunch of C's, but Americans don't want to hear about the C's. They're going to be crazy. So keep an eye on those. I'll just get a shout out to all my Canadians. CCAJ, I see Taryn there. CCAJ, IDVV, and we got another one coming for you guys soon. What else was I going to say? Oh, TXTM. So I'll touch on a few of my tickers. Everyone's kind of asking me to. I didn't really always want to talk about tickers, but I'll speak on them. TXTM, guys. Oh my goodness, Matt, what's going on today? It's down. Guys, it ran 150 something percent since Friday on my alert at 0017. Stocks don't just go straight up. So please, guys, whoever's listening, do not message me the dip. If we haven't, or you can message me, just say, is the fundamentals changed? That's all you got to look for with these guys. Has the fundamentals changed? But you should also be aware that after a 3-day run, there's going to be some profit taking, especially with a larger float like this is. So these are things you got to keep in mind. And did you shave off from 0017 when it hit 4004 something? Yeah. Did you shave any? I sure hope so. I even shaved. I tend to not shave as much as most, but Go again. Take profits, guys. It's the OTC. Anything can happen. There is current around the corner, right, guys? That's the catalyst we're waiting for. And I'll speak on that just once more, which it's not mad about people, but guys, in the OTC and when you're asking questions and to me, other traders, do a little bit of like digging, a little bit of DD first. Like, what's the catalyst on TXTM I got today? Have you even typed it into Twitter, guys? And it's not upsetting. I can answer it kindly, but you gotta. And people will say, don't follow traders blindly and don't. But just do a little work, and you're going to get so much more satisfaction out of it by typing it in Twitter. You're going to learn how to do it. Go to OTC Markets, check out iHub. Just do that digging, and guys, it's fun. It's fun to dig in, call companies, figure out what's going on. Because then when that self-affirmation, like when you actually get that win or you got that news, like I've had guys come to me like very slow following traders that found great news, and honestly, I'm so hyped up. Like I literally like just I don't know. I'll just like be so happy for them. And they gave me something I didn't even have or people didn't have. And that's fun, guys. It gets a good boost of confidence. So that's TXTM. I'm still very bullish on it. Lots to come. We're waiting for current and the merger news or JV partnership expansion. And then the fun one. So I'm just having a sip of my soda. Also, guys, cool thing. I started personal training on Monday. I realized that I was not going back to mental health. I realized that I was not with the market. It's fun. Like me, I don't care if I'm down X red or up this. My emotions don't change, but it does. I didn't realize how much energy trading, Twitter, calls every day like that I do, and I love them. Don't get me wrong, calling with other smaller traders, mentorship, all that. I love it, but it takes a lot out of you. So I was losing my workouts. I'd go up to the gym, I'd piss around for 15 minutes, and I wasn't doing it. And then, you tend to eat unhealthy. It's all a butterfly effect, guys. You got to know, and back to self-awareness. I was aware that, damn, you're not hitting your full potential here. You're not hitting the gym. And when you're in the gym beast moding, I'm coming out beast moding on the market. I'm coming out beast moding with my dog. We're going for walks. We're playing in the condo while I'm trading. If I'm just laying on the couch with my belly out in a bag of chips, like that's not what I want. So go back to that self-awareness. So I'm looking forward to that.
Matt,
I got my
before you go into that. So I started personal training too. So tag team, hey.
Nice. Honestly, I thought to myself, oh, why would I spend money when I can just do it myself? Like, but no, you sometimes, like, guys, what do you like? Then you go back. What did you spend that other $100 on? Like this, that. So it's honestly, and I always knew when I pushed for that. So I'm doing the training leading up to, and then I'm going because I need to get my butt into shape bit before I do boxing. And my brother Matt knows it. I'm starting. Yeah, I'm going to start boxing. And that's also to get out that beast mode in me.
Yeah, you speaking my language.
Yeah.
I think I told you I come from a family of boxers. I know Matt and Runo. So yeah,
Well,
I've boxed myself.
I believe that because you're from Philly, and I was
Yeah.
hoping I'd see you when I go down to Philly. But
Of
you
course.
can show me some stuff. We'll hit the ring up when you come up and visit me in Canada.
Oh, for sure. If you want to get knocked out, Matt, be my guest.
Okay, I got a good job, but
All right.
Hold on. OTC Fight Night? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, just don't teach Vic any moves. She's already judo champion in BC when she was a kid, so she threatens me with that when I get her a line.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's roll into the questions. Oh, wait, the golden nugget, MJWL, one more time. I don't recommend buying it because it's expensive for the OTC, but just buckle up. Watch the next 2 days and next week because I got a feeling. That's all. That's questions. Guys, send your questions to Mindek, Rue, Daw, whoever you can. Or if you got a few, I'll check my DM now. But yeah, guys, just thanks for coming out, period. I love this. I love doing this. I love it now. It's my full-time job. Whether you're looking for 10 grand, 5 grand, 100 grand, million, 10 million, just keep crushing it. Put in the work. It's a lot of fun. And I truly believe that this is the one thing in life. Like I didn't know about it. I've seen these young kids, 18 years old, 15. I'm chatting with this one kid that's 15. I'm helping him. It's amazing. Like I couldn't imagine when I was 15. Like what the hell was I doing? smoking weed in between the portables or something. Like, but it's super cool, guys. And that's our next generation. So keep providing. What I want to do is being a role model for people. Not just in the market, but in life. Like treat people with respect and kindness. I cannot preach it enough. And that's where karma comes from. I'm not a religious guy, but I believe that things happen for a reason. And in my life, struggles, everything. It's probably because I was a shithead for a while, but I did treat people with respect and kindness, and I think it's all paying off now. So rock and roll. Let's get some questions in.
All right, I got a question for you here that just came in. It says, would you mind asking WCC what are proper shaving techniques? For example, if I own 1 million 1 million shares of a ticker and it jumps 100%, do you sell half in blocks of say 100K shares at specific limits? Thank you. I need some clarification on this.
Yeah, guys, it's the $1 million question. It's the hardest part in the OTC is selling. And it took me many, many months. Like I said, like I rode ENZC, TSMP up and down, like so hills and valleys. At the end of the day, it's different for each person. One, different for risk tolerances. Two, right? Secondly, is can you watch the market all day? If you're not able to work, then it's a little bit tougher. But on 100% pop, there's definitely needed something to be shaved. I do not have specific
Oh, he just came.
percentages.
I don't want to cut you off, Matt. He just came in and said he's talking more about affecting the stock price. He doesn't want to. He wants to be a team player, and he doesn't want to.
Oh,
yeah. He doesn't. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and for sure. So, and that's guys, that's selling on the ask in blocks. So, the polite, the correct way in the market is to sell in blocks. So, and it depends on the volume of that ticker trading that day. So you'll be able to see on the bid ask if you have normal or you have the L2, right? So you can see how thin, how thick it is, where you want to sell. Like if there's only blocks of 25K trading on a bid ask and stuff, you don't want to toss $1 million on there. We call those loading walls. That's someone trying to stop the run up so they can either load essentially. So you want to look at where the volume's at and do it in those chunks. So if it's run up 100%, so you need to know first of all the catalysts and how strong it is. It's gonna have a 2-day run, but at 100%, what you want to do is see what that bid is, see what the ask is. If they ask 25,000 shares, throw 25,000 on there. On the next one, throw 5 ticks up, throw 25,000 or 2 ticks up. And just knowing that how much the buying pressure is. So that's key is trying to sell on the ask. And believe me, guys, that's not always the case. If you see a stock tanking a bit and you want to get out, honestly, no one's going to tell you or slap your wrist to say, okay, you dump into the bid. Sometimes if that bid fills up, like ton of bid support, there's maybe a few hundred K on the ask, and then you got $1 million on the bid. If you're looking to grab some cash, like it's not always the best move, but you can sell a little bit into that bid. But selling blocks on the ask in the chunks of how big that ask is. I guess that's in general what you want to do. And that helps the stock move up. And it also, most of the time when you're doing this, unless you're exiting a play, you want the play to keep going up, guys. So if you start putting up bigger blocks that can handle the volume, then you're only stunting the growth of your own stock, essentially, if that makes sense. So yeah, little blocks, just keep an eye on the bid ask.
Has anyone else got any questions? Because I got another one that just came in. If no one else has any.
Go ahead, Matt.
All right. We got one here. It says from Craig. He says, Matt, do you use a scanner or screener? If so, which one? If not, where do you find new opportunities for new plays? My only option right now is Twitter.
Yeah, I get this question a lot, guys. I plan to expand my tools, and as crazy as you want to think, and people say, "Oh, this guy's doesn't know what to do," charts, whatever. I do not pay for a single subscription of anything. No L2, no scanners, no alerts on Telegram. But I've been able to get through that by my feel, my everything, and then also now having close traders with me that I work with. And that's just kind of the type of personality I've been growing up. I don't go. It's weird. It goes back to mental health, and I will say it is depression and stuff. When you're debilitated by depression and stuff, you don't go the extra mile. You don't make that call that day, or you don't do that extra thing. You know it's going to benefit you, but it's like you don't do it. So it's weird. So I actually don't, if that makes any sense. But I know that there's scans out there, scanners. But for me, and I'll throw this out there, and some don't follow good traders. So I DD all my plays off of volume traders. So I'll see XYZ trader call something at a trips or dubs. And then when you see something spike, so a reinstatement is one, or you see something down in 002, all this stuff, guys, is normally on Twitter. So, you maybe go to OTC markets, and when the market was slow, I used to go to OTC markets, and I used to go through thousands of tickers, a day, night, week, and just find ones that maybe dropped a filing or maybe did this. Nowadays, most of the time, just follow good traders, because if it's alerted and they see a reinstatement, a filing, a change of address, a change of officer, it's very difficult. And I tell the smaller traders, don't burden yourself with trying to find the next gem, because it's already there. Someone's got it, someone's loading it. And when that happens, you see these good traders pop it, you'll see a spike or something. Never buy the chase on the spike. I will say that on a reinstatement pops 100%, it's going to come back down. So again, goes to a play in the low dubs. That's where you want to see what good traders did, what they called, and then when that happens and it's sitting around 02, 03, go DD it. Go check out, okay, what's the share structure? And we want to go under $1 billion, preferably. Then we got to go under 2. And there's cases where, yes, we're up to 5 with TXTM, but those are coming from like under 002. So finding the DD on it at those levels, and then I buy when no one's talking about it. And I'll put a little hint out there. There's a couple more that are coming in the next week or so, I think, that no one's talked about. They're not even on Twitter. But how I found those was, the odd time I saw one. And then I looked at it, found it. The other one was the same thing. It's just a random stop sign delinquent. And as long as you make contact with the company, I know everyone doesn't have that opportunity, but I tell you, making contact with companies in one form or another is so key. It gives you the conviction that I can have on a play. If you're dark right now, if you're blind on a play, and it's scary. You're literally, you might as well go to the casino and throw, 10K on black, because you got a 50-50 shot. I don't like 50-50 shots.
What about green?
Green, okay, it's okay. That's what is that? 1 in 2 in every 36. The 2 greens, right? And
I've never won in roulette, so I couldn't
I'm a
tell
big
you.
blackjack player too. So for blackjack, I'm the numbers guy. Counting cards. Uh,
00 green, baby.
Yeah. So that's where you go. Just follow good traders. There's no scanners that I have. And now with scanners, you can check the volumes. If you're really good, honestly, if you're really good and you can see, people loading, that's where it's at. If you can see all that, but I'm not even at that level. I just convict on a slight amount of plays. So I pick my plays carefully.
All right, I'm piling in, guys. So if I'll keep going if no one's getting any, but here's another one. I got quite a few that are piling up, but hi, question for Matt. What do you think about pink current tickers that are sitting under 002, 003? Example, RBNW is at it's at 0003, HPNNN, SDEC under 005.
Yeah, I'm just looking now. So yeah, we'll speak on this too, guys. That's another thing that's going to be fun. I'm not excited about it. The September 28th deadline, that's no worry for me. Anything, like, it's not even close. We've seen companies go current in weeks. Obviously, the OTC is backed up, but a couple of these brokerages put a fun little spin in. What is it, TD or something for you guys? And with this deadline of August 13th, which is just garbage. So I don't know how that's going to play out, right? We're still unsure of how. I believe that obviously pink current is going to be a new thing, going forward a little bit. But I also believe that there's going to be a ton of opportunity with good plays that maybe have dropped filings or that have confirmed they are, that people sell. So right off the bat, I'll just jump in. RBNW, 12 billion OS. No, thank you. At 005. It's trips. It's trips probably for a reason. I don't know it too much, but just looking at it here, they dropped their filings. They got current as of probably recently, it looks like, because they dropped their attorney letter on July 21st. I don't know the DD on it, but again, I'm not touching anything above a 10 billion float. That's just me. MMs have control in this market these days, guys, and that's way too many shares for them to own. HPNN, I played it before. That CEO and them, I don't like it. I tried to play it before. That they had looked like they had some nice stuff coming, but they ended up, it's one of those. And I say to guys, I say to people too, is guys, if a ticker's been around for months, 6 months, 8 months, and it hasn't went anywhere yet, why are you trusting them? Like, there's so many good plays coming up that people management can deliver. Those companies that have been around for 8 months, like HPNN has been talked about for, it's got to be 6 months. If they haven't done anything now, I don't know what they're doing. So I wouldn't sit your money in those ones and then just hang out with those, right? SDEC, outstanding shares looks great. 288 mil, authorized 4.9. They are looking for OTCQB maybe, and they're in the LED lighting with CBD. I don't know much about this one, but actually was sent to me a bit ago. I didn't DD it fully. CBD lights, yeah, someone did send this to me. I'm not sure on this one. Share structure looks decent. Price point looks pretty good. I guess you got to check what's the catalyst. They haven't dropped news. That's where you got to contact the company. So they haven't dropped news since 2019. They went current recently. It could mean, maybe they got something good coming in the pipeline. So that's where DD, hit me up in my DM if you got some DD on that, and we can contact the company and figure out what their direction is. Maybe the value is there. Market cap is only 1.3 million. So SDEC out of those three, sir, or ma'am, looks like the best one if you can contact the company.
Question. Hi, from OTC chairman. When do you decide to exit a play completely? Keeping in mind every dollar matters. How do you decide that a stock has reached its potential?
Great question. From my friend OTC chairman, who's a great guy. Yeah, it's so for me, when the fundamentals have changed, obviously, if something's completely changed, right? We'll talk about that that cancer of the OTC, the GGII. That when someone changes the game, when someone puts 70 billion into the OS for buying themselves, right? You get the hell out. Or when you've got enough money, when you've made enough, right? Like you have a goal, right? Not all stocks are going to $1. Not all stocks are even going to a penny or 5 cents. So custos are a big one for me. I play them from low dubs, and I'm usually out of them before the filings even hit, which most of them the filings haven't hit yet. So know what your goals are. Don't just believe everything you see. So if the fundamentals haven't changed, so you got to play each stock differently. Custos to another stock to another stock. And for me, it's like if I keep seeing some green and I'm shaving, a lot of the times, like I'll end up down to a certain share count and then I'll hold it for whatever. But what I believe and what I've seen is I go big on plays that I'm convicted on, right? So, it's been certain ones that screwed me, INND back in the day, RGBP, but ENZC, TSMP were my two big ones, but they both came down big time, right? So my current one now is MJWL. When they move quick, you can hold longer, right? So you want to know the sentiment of Twitter. So when I bought MJWL at 0.004 and I loaded it all the way up to 0.03 or 0.03, sorry, 3 cents. And I've traded it all along the way up, and I've stopped them just holding now over 9 million. That's a hold for me. I won't exit that for many, many years because I believe that it's going to many dollars. I believe their market cap will be in the billions. For other plays, you have to just keep an eye. Like I said before in my last Twitter Spaces, is you have to reanalyze every one of your plays slightly every day. But at the end of the week, take that Saturday, take that Sunday, and just go over your plays and say, hey, so where is this going to go? Check Twitter for a while. Check everything that's going on and say, okay, where is this play going to go? And if you can pick and you can peg and you get good enough to figure out, okay, where's the market cap potential? That's the biggest thing in the OTCs. Where is the market cap potential? And you can figure that out by what are their revenues, what are other players in their market worth, and what is disruptive on them that makes them different than the rest or better than the rest. If you can check off some boxes and say, damn, these guys got a lot. They got a lot going. They got a good, and the biggest thing is good management. If they got good management, then yeah, if you don't need money anytime soon, then trade it on the way up when you see spikes. Don't just hold hills and valleys. But the biggest thing is for me is trade it. I say up until 5 cents, wherever, and then after that, if it's broke 5 cents, that's a hold for me after that, pretty much, because usually it's going to thin out. And if you believe that it's worth more than, so say if it's at a 200 million market cap at 10 cents, or 50 million market cap at 5 cents, if you think it's a 250,000 market cap and it's at a 50 million market cap at 5 cents for D-Man, for example, something like that, that's a great company. And the potential is there for 5 times or 10 times their current market cap. Then you kind of got to see what Twitter's saying, and the company, if they deliver, and then you just kind of hold. Then it turns into put it in your other account or put it on the back burner, and don't really worry about what it's doing daily. And then if you have cash to add dips, guys, there's a lot to unpack in the OTC, right? And that's why it can be frustrating. It could be even the top traders, man. You're pulling away if you're not a day trader, if you're not flipping, if you're not doing small gains. A lot of guys just go for their 100%, their 200%. Every trader is different, and that's why you'll never see me bash another trader that wants to say, oh, I do chart trading and I do this. That's great, good for you. I go big on speculation DD. That is my thing. I go deep and I throw bank big time at low dubs, and I will go very heavy on speculation DD with reverse mergers, with management betting on them. And that's just me, right? And I'm going to continue to do that. And I think the OTC is about to get real big. We saw the volume that SPAC other traders have posted. We're up to 3.7 billion, I think, one day in the OTC, man. We were at 2 billion months ago. So, guys, there's money coming in. You got to pick your risk tolerance, and how your risk tolerance is will determine what type of plays you should invest in. Because if you can't stomach a red day, or you can't stomach a dip, or all that, because back to mental health, guys, that's key for you. And if you're happy every day and you're doing this, but imagine, guys, some of you guys that say, oh my goodness, and me myself, I wrote it up and then I wrote it down and now I'm selling this. Okay, so now learn from that lesson, right? Don't dwell on it for weeks or days after. Learn from that lesson, and then on the next trade, when you got in at 003, sell it at 007, 8, 9. You just made 200% of your money. I don't care if it's $100 to 3, $1,000 to 3,000, 10,000 to 30,000. Big board traders would cream for 300,000 or 300% in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So that's what the OTC is going to give you guys, is opportunities to build financial wealth and generational wealth, if that matters. So I think I rambled on there a little too much, but thanks.
Can we get an opinion on the runner today? ICNM, Alpha Custo play.
Yeah, I saw it. I have no real opinion on it. Let me see that one. I saw some good traders on it, though. Again, Custo pops, right? Custo pops 65%. Oh, I did see that. Not bashing it. I just don't love 20 billion AS and 9.7 OS. So I stayed away. And also, I don't like a pop. But at that level, at 0016, there's still great room for upside. But again, right? So what do they have? You're at a 10 million market cap plus the pop today to go up from there. So I'm a big guy on nowadays is share structure. But from these levels, it can go for sure, 0016. But like I said, I don't chase on the day of. That will either come back down unless the company, which if an OTC company just starts hammering out filings or something, that changes the charts. It changes the game. But for me, I'm a big guy on share structure now. And I believe with how much the MMs have control, and they're not bad. MMs are here for a reason, bring liquidity. But when they own probably, 1 billion, 3 billion shares of that float, they're going to decide when that goes and when that doesn't. And if a company, you've seen other companies drop $100 million deals and the stock goes up 5 ticks and back down. So no, that's a no for me.
Matt, can you please talk a bit about NWGS and what do you believe in this company if you know anything about it?
NWGS not
Yeah.
coming up. Not coming
N-
up on OTC markets.
Yeah, you sent me NWGS.
I might assume maybe he's talking about NWGC, but I did speak on that already. I don't see anything for NWGS unless someone else has something I don't have. NWGS.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
heard
I
of
got
it.
nothing.
I got another question for you here.
Yeah, we'll
Just
leave it off. I got nothing on OTC. If it's NWGS, homie, it's we're Bob's taking over the company, and we're hoping to see filings and get current by September 28th. It's kind of a quiet period right now, as we've seen with 88 days of fucking red. So
yeah, it's been tough. Another question. I'm currently in EEGI and waiting for the catalyst to hit. Been waiting 8+ weeks for OTC filing. Share structure pretty messed up, but all the sisters companies have had significant share reduction. What are your thoughts? Would you sell and get into another play while I'm waiting?
yeah, was that EEGI, Matt? Right? What you said?
Yeah,
Yeah,
EEGI.
yeah, I saw that one. Look, the merger kind of looked cool. Again, I stayed away. 20 billion AS, 8.2 billion OS. So I stayed away, especially on a custo. You got custos out there that are under a billion. I'm not sure why to play one at 8.2 myself personally.
Matt, so you are human at the end of the day. Do you
I
so do
think
you
so.
some so do you sometimes I honest for all our conversations I don't even know if you are, but that's neither here nor there. But so you're also he wants you to know you are human. So do you sometimes get jealous or annoyed with people you feel being over smart and getting successful with it?
Oh gosh, great question. But no, um, human nature will make you want to be jealous. And I've spoken on this before, guys. It's kind of the reason why I left my hometown and certain things is, guys, we're built, to not really clap for others. And you've heard some other good traders and myself say, you need to clap for others and it will bring you so much more karma, joy, acceptance. You want to cheer for others, man. And I say that you see my posts is like other plays that go big or, oh my gosh, you missed this. Why? Good for you. Amazing. I hope that play crushes it for you. Because guys, this is a team effort, especially on our certain plays. And not just the market, man. Friends, like outside life, like be happy. Believe me. Yes, I am human. And yes, I have been jealous of someone of their success or when I was younger of what they're doing or why don't they get shitty breaks like I do. And that's human nature, man. You are willing to do that. And the one thing I will say to that is you have options. First thing is don't let it beat you up, and don't ever go to them and like bring them down, right? Even if it might take biting your tongue or doing something you don't want to do, tell them amazing, good for you, man, good for you, and then go home and punch your fucking bed or your couch and say, fucker, why does he get all that, right? Because it's human nature, guys. We want to succeed. It's tough, right? Like if you're not doing well or something, but then on the other side, let that drive you. Why did he get that? Why is he doing that? Because I bet you he's putting in the fucking work. I bet you he put in the hours at night and did the DD. I bet you that he's doing things that you're not doing. Because at the end of the day, if someone else has a success, it doesn't even take a piece of paper. It doesn't take a diploma. It doesn't. It takes in time and effort, guys. So at the end of the day, if you're looking at an Instagram or a CEO or someone that's out of your potential, period. And that's not saying everyone doesn't have full potential, limitless potential, because I believe everyone can. But don't look at those things, and that's what we're living in this type of world is, looking at people being jealous, envious of other people. But what do they have? And I'll tell you this, guys: money doesn't bring you fucking happiness. I'm still not there yet. No matter how much money I have, I still gotta work on me. I still gotta figure other things out because money is not gonna be the all be all. When I do things for others, that's where I get my joy and my satisfaction and my affirmation, as one would say. So yes, it's a real thing, my man, and just work on it and know that pick role models, pick people that you want to look up to that are within your reach, and then just put in the work. But just try to do it. Just clap for them when you don't even want to. congratulate them when you don't want to, and then see how it feels when they say, "Oh man, thank you so much." Like, "Oh, no worries." And then I bet you they're gonna like maybe help you out or give you a tip, or it's weird how kindness works, guys. And it's one of those cool things that people don't expect it. Someone compliments you or compliments me. I say, "I know I got it at Winners or something. It was on sale." We're not built to be that way. I'm not built to be materialistic, to show off, to be whatever. I'm built to be humble, to be vulnerable. And yeah, it does suck sometimes clapping for others when you want to be successful. So, but if you can get your headspace right, mental health wise, it'll push you to drive harder and reach those freaking goals.
Any info or thoughts on TGGI? I think it would classify as a speculative DD play. Thanks.
Yeah, I played that one. I played that one. I got bagged hard. But I really hope it pans out right with the merger. I haven't looked at it in a while. I don't know what advancements they've made. I believe it was the Chinese liquor wine company. If it's still the same, um, it could be there. Like I said, guys, that's the thing with the OTC is there's all of these merger speculations, but we don't know when they're happening. So that's why it's speculation, and that's why it's risky. When it happens, I don't know. Do I hope it happens? Fuck yeah. I know a lot of other traders that are still holding, from low or got in and are holding some red. So I don't have a lot on that, but I do hope it does come through. I'm not sure. I thought they moved quick at times, but yeah, it's on a quiet period right now. I think I haven't looked into it though. I hope it goes off.
Can you post a link to a video and or article that you really like and how it explains what is considered a good share structure, preferably one that sides with your personal opinion? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just break it down quickly. I don't have any videos. Like I said, I don't have any tutorials. I haven't read any books on trading. I haven't. I have just done nothing but stare at a screen and research OTC. And what I'm good at is reading market, reading people, learning from my mistakes. Make the mistake 5 times in a row, and then I hope you're going to fix it the sixth time. So it took a lot of mistakes. That's what I'm trying to do with my followers, my DMs, my calls every day, is to try to limit the financial mistakes. Because you're going to make mistakes. You can't be perfect in the OTC, man. I make bad trades all the time. Make bad sells in a pot, but share structure, down and simple right now, man, with the OTC, with the market makers, under $1 billion is great. Okay, you want to be under $1 billion, and you want a tight AS. So AS and OS, meaning AS is authorized, so it means they can put that into the OS at any time. So if that AS and OS is tight, that's good. You want that OS under $1 billion. And then that float. So restricted means it's not tradable. It's not in the float. So it could be insiders, could be notes held. And then the unrestricted is usually your best bet to follow the float. Having that means that there's less shares traded in a day. It can move up quicker. So under $1 billion is key. Under 2 to 3 billion is pretty solid. I'm playing TXTM and stuff. It's at 5 billion right now. If you're going to play something that big, you want to get into it at low dubs. But at the same time, is what happens with if there's a merger with RSA AMD, things like that. So the potential is there. Because why share structure matters is for 2 reasons. One, if the float is super heavy, it means the MMs hold a lot of shares. It means, guys, they're trading on algorithms. They're trading all day. They are holding stocks up and down. They will let it go when it goes, but they control it and they own too much. That's why low floats are key. A low float also helps with an OS period is you times the current PPS by the OS, outstanding shares. That will give you the market cap. So if you have a massive OS and the PPS is up to 1 cent, like you could be at a 50 million market cap of a company that sells fucking bumpers or something. So you have to fit. That's where you figure out market cap and figure out where the value is. So if a company has a massive share structure OS and you in that sector that they're in is not anything big like crypto or something big, then the upside is very limited, right? Because to get that to a cent or 2 cent PPS at a 5-10 billion float, for example, like you're looking at hundreds of millions. So unless they have a massive scale, and why I'm playing TXTM is, if this thing happens with RSAMD, AMMD is they have one of the biggest pharmaceutical marijuana companies, South Africa. They have all the other stuff. So we're talking possible 500 million market cap, where we're extremely undervalued if the merger and everything happens, which we hope it is and think it is, as per their Twitter and such. So that's all the stuff you got to figure out with share structures. But definitely stay low, keep it low.
All right, so we got, oh man, people are really piling in. So we got 2 questions here, so I'm just going to put them together because it's about the same ticker. So Ken first asked, what are your thoughts on FBCD? And then another person asked, are you still in FBCD?
Yeah, I'll be quick on these ones so we get like at least a few more in. FBCD, Custo. I entered it low dubs. I traded it on the way up on the first run, re-entered on the dip after I flipped out, re-entered, and then went back up. I think it was hit 3 cents. I'm out. Custos, right, guys? The merger. When are they going to happen? We don't know. So I took my heavy 6 figures profit and I exited. So that's why I say entering at low dubs, especially on Custos, is very key. They can ride up to penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies sometimes. And when's that merger going to happen, guys? Nothing's happened yet on these Custos. So I believe in these Custos. I believe they're going to start popping off one day, but I'm not going to ride, and I've learned from my mistakes to ride it down. So I've sold at the peak.
What are your thoughts on KATX? Been holding since 005, waiting patiently for filings with SS and float alone. How far can one like this run?
Sorry, did you say KATX?
KATX, yes.
That's not at 005.
I don't know.
Hold on.
At 0.005. No, he's been holding since 0.00.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, yeah. So it's at 014. I like CADX. I think it's got a tight share structure. It's under 2 billion, but the OS is close to the AS. There's a lot of good names on it, and it's holding. That's one where if you were in at 005, I think it hit a peak of a couple cents. I hope you took some profits, and then buy the dip a little bit, right? But if you're at a certain point, if you're still holding FBCD, CADX, those ones, they're holds. Like I believe they're holds because they are close to mergers, and they are close to filings, as per the companies. So yeah, just make sure you take your profits on the way up. Like so, if you're at 005, you made 200, 300% on that play at its peak. So I would suggest if you didn't take profits, that would have been a good thing. But at that point, you're kind of in a hold spot now. Yeah.
All right, so my DMs are going crazy, and we do really appreciate everyone asking questions and being
Yeah, I
here.
love it.
So I'm just going to pick one random one left, and I think that's going to be the end of it. So let's see here. I'll just pick this one. Hey, girl, hey. Ask Matt what is the most satisfying part of the trading, specifically that keeps him coming back. Is there something like finding info that no one else has found, or is it the early entry? What gets you excited? Sorry, not girl. Habit. Oh, I love it. Hey, you can call me girl. You can call me whatever you want.
Yeah, I love this market, man. This is honestly the best job I could ask for when I was, 3 years old and you ask like, what are you going to be when you're older? I think I was going to be a physiotherapist for sports. That was what I said it as a kid in grade 3 or whatever. But, if I could go back in time, I love this. I am, like people say, I was a gambler. I don't do it anymore. This is my gamble, but it's amazing. And especially, I wouldn't enjoy trading and making this much money if I wasn't giving back and helping every day. And I say to my girlfriend and others, like, I love messaging people. I love the comments back, the thank yous, the helping. That truly is, I used to, like I said before, I used to go to bed at night wondering, like, whoa, are you real? Like, why do you just want to help people? I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe because my mom, maybe it's my morals, maybe it's my upbringing. But I truly love helping people, and that's why I'll launch my foundation next year. And I wake up every day. I can't wait to go to bed. I can't wait to wake up. I love trading. I love engaging with my friends on here, my teams. It's a really, it's like the reason why I'm starting my my youth pay it forward foundation It's because I believe, even as grown adults, we need interaction. And so for kids that can't afford sports and extracurricular hobbies after school, I believe it's crucial to their development is to always be engaged, always be reaching out. You got screens and everything, and sure, I'm guilty, and that's why now I kind of just put my phone away. I kind of give myself timeouts. Stay away from Twitter because I'm addicted to it. I love it. I love the market. I love researching. I love diving in. And like you said there, yeah, it feels damn good to get into a play at 0-0-2, no one's talking about, and that play run 500%. It's a great feeling. That's where the competitiveness, the beast mode in me comes out. So I love it. So that's why I tell people, man, enjoy this. It's fun. And if it's not fun for you, pull back a bit, maybe change your approach on the market because it should be fun. So thank you for that question. Maddie,
Like I said, I do have a lot. I mean, I have a lot more, but I did see Doll say she
Okay.
wanted to
Everybody,
wrap
let's
it up here,
let's
so.
go ahead and wrap everything up. Thank you, Matt, for the
Yes.
West Coast Wednesdays. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Doll. So yeah, Matt, everyone that didn't get their question asked tonight, just send me an inbox. I'll fire them off. I'll get back to all you guys over the next few days. So send them over to me. Thanks so much for the support, guys. I love this. I love this shit. And I see a lot of my good friends on here and good traders. Let's keep it up, guys. It's gonna be a fun time in the OTC, guys. You're gonna see a lot more money pour in. And just don't get overwhelmed. If you get overwhelmed, step back and enjoy. Doors always open. Love you all. Thanks, Doll, Matt, Rue.
Thank you, Matt. And everybody follow the OTC Club and your speakers and join us this Friday, Rue.
Yes, for all the crypto lovers, if you want to learn more about crypto, we are hosting a space that's called Crypt Talk, and it'll be hosted every Friday at 8 p.m. So I know a lot of people want to expand the, in the financial world, and we'd love to help you get there.
Bro, is that TwitCon new? Look at that beautiful face, man.
Yeah, thank you,
everybody.
everybody.
Everybody was doxing, so I had to.
Hey guys,
hey, well.
in the next week, before you get back to me next time, do one act of kindness. Perform one. It's very easy. You try to do one a day, but just do one. Open the door, say hi to someone, ask them about their day. It's going to start to give you a lot of good feelings, good vibes in your body when you just treat others well. Doesn't have to be anyone special. It can be a random neighbor. It can be the person behind the drive-through. Grab them a coffee. That kind of shit's fun. It makes you feel good about yourself. And that's kind of like, it can be selfish in a sense where, yeah, I got you a coffee, or yeah, I said hi, and now I feel good. But they feel good too, so it's allowed. Okay.
I agree.
Check you later, guys. Love you all.
Bye.
Later.